Hello everyone, I am Ogwanko Kasamuja. I work with the Project Act Africa, and our major aim is to transform livelihoods and mindsets amongst us the Africans, and one way we can actually do it is through adapting the reading culture. It's actually believed that an average American reads at least one book per week, and an average African reads at least one page per week. Each and every week, I give you a review of a certain book, and I encourage you within the course of the week to actually go and read this particular book. Please don't forget to follow us on Facebook and on Twitter at Project Act Africa, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Project Act Africa. Last week we talked about a book that is called Understanding Financial Prosperity by David Oyedepo. And for this week we are going to talk about a book that is called 3060 hundredfold Your Financial Harvest Released by John Avanzini. This book is actually based on the parable of the sower. For those of you who have never read it, it actually says that some seeds that fell on the good ground ended up multiplying 100-fold, a 60-fold, and a 30-fold. But for this time, we are focusing on 100-fold because it was actually the highest. For you actually to prosper in the kingdom of God, you actually have to put your shoes under a farmer. You have to assume yourself to be a farmer. And if you assume yourself to be a farmer, then you need to understand the laws of harvest. And I'm going to share the laws of harvest with you, which are actually found in this book. The first law of harvest is you must plant your seed. There is no way you can harvest, there is no way you can reap without you planting. The first thing you must do is to plant your seed. That is the only way you can harvest. For those of you who know, and for those of you who are farmers, you can testify this. There is no harvest without planting. Then the second law of harvest is actually you must render your seeds useless. Once you plant your seeds, you don't again go and start assuming that, oh, I wish the seeds I had planted are the ones I'm going to eat today. No. Once you plant your seeds in the kingdom of God, you have to render them useless. Some people, they give tithe, they give offerings, then after they start again like saying, oh, that was the money I was going to use to pay school fees, that was the money I'm going to use for this and this. But once you sow your seed, you have to render it useless. Then the third law of harvest is you must plant what you expect to harvest. You do not just plant anyhow. If you don't expect to harvest, then don't plant. Farmers can testify this. If a farmer does not even expect any harvest, he can just leave his land to rest. It doesn't even bother doing anything. But once you plant, it means that you expect to get something out of it. The fourth law of harvest is actually that you have to establish your harvest size when you sow your seed. You have to assume within you, once you sow this amount of seeds, how much are you going to get back? You don't just sow anyhow. So you must establish your harvest size when you sow your seed. That is also one of the laws of harvest in the kingdom of God. You don't just sow, you have to first of all say, if I give him this amount, which amount are we expecting to get back? Then the fifth law of harvest is actually you must plant your seed in good ground. If you actually remember the parable of the sower, it actually explains it to us very well. You must plant your seed in good ground. The seeds that fell in the bad ground, they actually ended up being thorn. So for you to get a good harvest, you actually have to plant in good grounds. So you have to take time and know where are the good grounds. You don't plant anyhow. Farmers actually take time to even manure their land before they even plant something there. Then the sixth law of harvest is actually that you must always wait. There is a period of planting and a period of harvesting, and in between there is the waiting period. You don't just expect to give it today and you expect a harvest there and then. There is always that period between planting and harvesting. The seventh law of harvest is you must maintain your crops for proper harvest. You don't just give in and will stop there. There's a process of weeding and there's a process of also spraying. So there is also that process. When you give in the kingdom of God, don't expect to just give in and you get anyhow. There is also maintenance. You must know how to maintain your seeds. The 8th law of harvest is actually that you must always sow to your harvest size, not from your harvest size. This actually means that you have to sow according to what you expect to get back. You don't sow according to what you have. What you expect to harvest depends on what you also sow. You don't just get from your harvest size and you say that since I have much, I'm not going to sow this. If you have much and you don't want to sow it, that means even your harvest will also be less. The 9th law of harvest is actually that your expense is always highest at the harvest time. Farmers can actually testify on this. Once the time for harvest reaches, you tend to use a lot of money because you are actually getting some things from your garden. So this actually explains it. Once you see that harvest time has come, don't be there and you get afraid, oh, these expenses becoming too much, this and this. It's actually a sign that harvest time is almost near. Then the 10th law of harvest is a part of your harvest is for sowing again. Once you get your harvest, don't consume all of it. It is also a part of it to be sown again. Most of the people, they get their harvest, they get their money back, and they consume all of it. So how are you going to get another harvest if you don't? Farmers always keep their seeds for the next season. So once you get your harvest back, also remember to keep a part of it for sowing again. Then the 11th law of harvest is a part of your harvest is for you to keep. You don't consume all your harvest. You don't sow back all your harvest. A part of it is for you to keep. Farmers can tell us this one very well. They actually partition it after harvesting. They say, this one I'm going to keep it for the next season. This one I'm keeping it for myself. This one I'm keeping it for everybody. This one I'm going to share it with so and so. So a part of the harvest is for you to keep. Then the 12th law of harvest is your harvest is your miracle. People expect miracles, but miracles don't actually come from anywhere. If you enjoy something that you didn't work for, that means somebody else worked for it for you. So you have to plant, then you harvest, and your harvest will be your miracle. I actually encourage each and everyone to go and read this book. You will understand a lot in it. And thank you for listening to me. Please don't forget to follow us on Facebook and on Twitter at Project Africa. And also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Project Africa. Thank you for listening to me. See you next week.